Okay guys, if you hear some papers rattling in the back, it's because I'm looking through my notes to make sure that I haven't missed out anything. Well, I just remembered that with the new job that my friend just got, working for the solar power energy company, he told me that things are improving for him because he was able to move out of the church where he was living, and he found his own apartment, and so things are going really well for him, and so he's really happy. And yes, and he was overjoyed over this money that was sent to him because he didn't expect it. And I said, well, the thing is, God saw that you were needing it, and so yes, he wanted you to have it, right? And I told him that God only blesses his children that are loyal to him, those who are living righteous lives, those who are honest, and those who only ever live by righteous motives in their hearts. I told him that his friend is going to be dealt with by God for what she did, because she thinks that she got away with what she did by selling off all of what belonged to you, all of your pigs, stealing your profits, not giving you one penny. And she thinks that God didn't see that he was blind and deaf to what she did. I told him no, he saw everything, and he's giving her an opportunity to correct things with him and with you. But if she doesn't, he does have plans to deal with her, right? And so guys, you see how my friend is? Even after this ex-friend of his betrayed him in such a horrendous fashion, he was still willing to allow her to come back. He was asking her to come back to continue on with the partnership. Okay, that shows the state of his heart. He is somebody who does not hold grudges against anybody. He doesn't hold unforgiveness towards anybody. He forgave, and then he wanted to continue on with the relationship, the business partnership. But what people like my friend don't understand is that even though it's the right thing to do to maintain forgiveness in your heart for whatever was done to you, we must also be wise about the people who hurt us, because forgiveness is good, but it doesn't mean that it's good to bring the people who harmed us back into our lives, because they will harm us again, right? So just because you've forgiven doesn't mean that you're obligated to allow people who hurt you back into your life. They have no rights to come back into your life, right? We are obligated to forgive, but we're not obligated to allow hurtful people back into our lives, because God wants people who continue to hurt us away from us. We've done our job, we've forgiven, and now we have to move on from them, cut them out, and now God is going to deal with them. Yes, so if you are finding yourself in a situation where somebody or people have hurt you, whomever they are, like they could be family or relatives or a best friend or whomever they are, people that you've never met but that you know on the internet, like if anybody's hurt you and they have no remorse for what they've done, don't expect an apology, because that's arrogance. You are obligated to forgive, but once you've forgiven, don't allow them back into your life, because they're going to continue hurting you. You need to stop that. You have to move on. Learn from what people do to you, and then move on. It's okay to move on from people who hurt you, right? You don't have any obligations to people who hurt you. Yep. And guys, there are people that I've met that I've cut out of my life because, they're toxic, and then when they somehow you meet up with them again, and they have this attitude like, how can you ignore me like that? I don't understand. Why are you ignoring me? How could you do that? How dare you ignore me? I'm trying to get a hold of you. I've met people like that, guys, people that I have cut out of my life because they were so harmful. And then when somehow you see them again on the street or whatever, they act like nothing, like they didn't do anything to hurt you. Not that you're holding it against them, but you are keeping them out of your life so that they won't hurt you again. And they have this attitude like, where they're like, well, they have an attitude where they're clueless as to what they did. They know what they've done, but they feel that you are obligated to still keep them in their lives, even though they know they've hurt you. Those people have a gross level of arrogance, and they're very prideful. They feel that they have the right to hurt you, and you have nothing to say about it and nothing to do about it. They want you to keep them in their lives, to continue to hurt them. For them to continue to hurt you. And it doesn't fit in their brain why you want their hurtful behavior out of your life. They don't get it. They really don't get it. There are people like that. It doesn't matter why they don't get it. It only matters that you keep them out of your life. Yes, so anyway, back to my friend. I'm very happy that he found a job, and and he's doing really well, and I'm just grateful to him. He says that his life is getting better, and he's so happy, and the surprise gift from God was a super bonus, so I'm happy about that. And yeah, so I'm just really happy for my friend. Yes. See, guys, whenever we go through stuff, we have to keep the right kind of attitude in our hearts, because if we start being mad at God and stay mad, he is not going to open the doors for a blessing. Because if my friend had blamed God for what happened to him in the pig business, God would not have told me, Nancy, send him some help. He wouldn't have told me that. It would have been delayed. Once my friend would have got right with God in his heart about his attitude, then God would have said, okay, Nancy, send the help. But it would have been who knows, maybe at the end of the year, So this is why we have to have the right attitude, even when bad things happen, so that the help that God wants to send us will come at the right time. Yeah, that's how God works. Yep. I love you too, Father. I just heard him say I love you. Yep. And guys, I've spoken about this before, but I have oh, you know what, before I get to that, the solar power company that my friend is working for, they send them, like I mentioned in the other clip, they send them to remote places. And he said that they they send them on these boats, right? And they're all wearing life jackets, because my friend, he sent me photos of their work site. So like there are all these boats everywhere, and a lot of co-workers, and they're all wearing, like, they're scattered all over the shore, and they have life jackets. And my friend has a life jacket, and in one photo they even have a photo of him and another friend. They caught like these humongous big fat silver fish. So I'm like, wow, that's amazing, because while they're working, when they're on break, because of their type of work they're doing, they can stop and fish for their families on their way back home. That's so cool. So my friend told me that, okay, so my friend is in Uganda, and they're on a lake called Lake Victoria, and they share it with Kenya and Tanzania. So that's a humongous lake. So my friend said that in the beginning he was always getting sick because he wasn't used to it. And so he was most likely getting seasick, but now he's used to it. So thank God for that. I told my friend to make sure to, I was going to say make sure to take some ginger tea, but he no longer gets sick. But I just happened to mention that super strong ginger tea kills nausea. Yeah, so anyway, so he might want to take it, just in case, for whatever, if he needs it. So anyway, so yeah, so that's his job, guys. And he says that he is so amazed because he's never been to other parts of Uganda, and he's getting to see the beauty that God made. And he said that he was blown away by what he was seeing, like the body of water everywhere, the area of the body of this lake, and in their travels, and the scenery, all the trees, and everything, the forested areas, everything. He said it was so beautiful, and he was completely amazed at what he was seeing. And he was just expressing the other, like, his amazement to see the beauty that's on another side of Uganda. Yes, so that's really cool. Very good. Yes, my other friend from Uganda, my close friend, the one who helped me to find the friend that I'm talking about, he also sent me some videos of Uganda, raging waterfalls and raging rivers and white foamy water, really crystal clear, beautiful, guys. It's like you can go in there, but it's dangerous. It's dangerous because it goes down like these raging crystal clear rivers. They go down a waterfall, so it was beautiful. But anyway, yeah, I'm just happy for my friend. And when my friend sends me another update, because I'm expecting to hear, even more, like I'm expecting to hear better news, like as his life improves, as things develop for him, he will continue to send me updates and all that. And then I will, when he gives me like another update, like a big update, something like that, I will come back and tell you guys about it. Yep. And I guess that's it. I think I might premiere this. I was thinking about premiering this. See, if my camera was able to film for like at least an hour, I would premiere it. But it stops recording every half an hour. And lately, it's just stops recording a lot sooner. And it's because I dropped my camera about a year ago. I was filming in a pharmacy and it fell. And the thing is, earlier that day, I was at another store and there was a customer standing. I was in line and there was a customer standing in another line, and he's like, you know what? You should wrap the what's it called, guys? What's that thing called? This thing here. I forget what it's called. This thing that comes with your camera. I forget what it's called. Your strap. Yes, the strap from the camera. He said, wrap it around your wrist. And I said, yeah, I know. He says, that way you won't it won't fall. So I'm like, yeah. So when I left that store, I went to the pharmacy, and then my camera fell. Why? Because it wasn't wrapped around my wrist. So now I wrap it around my wrist. So God says, Nancy, you should have listened. Well, he didn't say that, but in a way, I can hear God say, daughter, you should have listened. Anyway, I'm trying to make this a little bit longer so that when I premiere it, you just don't get like just over 10 minutes of this. I'm thinking, let me see. Well, I can tell you about another friend really quickly. The friend that helped me track down my other friend, the one that I was looking for, that I sent him the money. So this friend also lives in Uganda, as you know, and his situation also, it was really bad. And then throughout the years, it just got better and better and better and better. And now he's in a position where he's helping other people start businesses, guys. Isn't that amazing? Now this friend is in a position where he has started an organization that is teaching other people, homeless people, how to start businesses, how to start a business. Well, the business that he's teaching others is farming, because he has an aunt. She's got a lot of land, and so she allowed him to use the land to start farming. And my friend brought some people that he knows, and he's teaching them what he knows about farming, and he's just continuing to do that. And he's like, his daily schedule is, oof, he barely has time to talk to anybody, because there's a lot going on in his life. Like his aunt, she bought my friend bought his aunt the materials to start a small scale hydroponics farm on her property. So he did this for her at the beginning of last year, 2019. So he's been helping her with that, and he's also helping other people. My friend just helped somebody with a bed. Like he bought the materials to buy another friend that we have a bed frame, because that friend only had a mattress, but he needed a bed frame. So my friend bought that friend some materials, some really pretty wood. They sent me the pictures, really pretty. It looks like very shiny mahogany, very pretty, and it looks like a large double-sized bed. So yes, my friend is doing a lot for a lot of people. And well, the thing is, guys, he started out doing a lot when he had nothing, and this is why God has increased his ministry, because this is a ministry that he has, right? He goes into the slums, and he does all of this with his own money, right? So he goes into the slums and he gives money to the families to start, to help them with to sell whatever they can. He also goes to the grocery stores and he buys eggs to give to the homeless children to sell, right? And he goes into the slums to also give eggs to the families of the homeless kids, because in the slums, that's not a real home. So he goes in there and he gives those children and their families eggs so that they can go out and sell, because the little kids that are in the slums, their parents don't have any money to send them to a school, so they send their children out to sell whatever they can to come back and feed their family. And what else is my friend doing? Yes, my friend also has plans on opening up his own t-shirt printing, right? So he's been doing a lot of research about that. And also, he'd also like to get into soap making, things like that. And I asked my friend, I said, you know what? Because the thing is, guys, my friend had to learn how to make a bed. He didn't know how to make a bed frame before. This was just within the past month. He learned how to within the past 2 months, he learned how to make a bed frame by watching a YouTube video. And so he learned that really quickly, and now his other friend has a bed, right? So I said to my friend, do you know that you can, now that you know how to make a bed, and you know how to make it very well, I saw the pictures, they're really top quality. Why don't you consider starting, a bed, making bed frames as an addition to your business? And I said, it doesn't have to be now. It can be later, for later. So my friend said, well, that's a good idea. But the thing is, there are a lot of bed makers around here, so I don't know if it's a good idea to be getting into that. He said, but I'll think about it. I will think about it for a later time. And I said, yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, so anyway, guys, so this is what, this is the friend. The person I'm talking about is the friend who helped me track down the other friend that just got betrayed by the friend in the pig farm. And there's so much more that this one friend that I'm talking about is doing for himself and other people. I forget, he's doing a lot. I'm just trying to remember to the best of my ability what else he's doing. What else? This one friend has there's another friend who sometimes has some difficulty with a family member, and he will allow that friend to live at his house whenever there's trouble going on at that person's house. So the friend, I hope I'm not confusing you, the friend that is helping so many people has another friend who sometimes has trouble at their family house, and they need to get away. So then my friend will allow them to stay at their house until things settle down at their house. You understand? So this is the kind of friend that I have here. Yes. So, and this is, guys, this is why God has blessed this one friend of mine, because like I said earlier, when he first started helping other people, he had nothing. There were other people that were in a situation just like he was, but he was making sure that they were taken care of, right? He would take care of them as well as himself. He didn't just say, oh, well, whatever help I receive from somebody else, I'm going to keep it for myself and my family. No, he didn't do that. He made sure that other people that were in his situation, and even worse, were also getting help through whatever funding he was receiving. Even if it was a little tiny amount of money, He would always make sure to share it. That he always had that in his heart. And he's been doing this. He started doing this when he was a little boy, a little kid, a little child, guys. And you know how we are when we are little children? We're selfish. We like to keep everything to ourselves. If somebody gives us candy, we're like, no, it's mine. I'm not going to give you any. I might give you a tiny crumb, but the rest is mine. That's how we are when we're little children. But my friend, he wasn't like that. He was always thinking about other people, and he maintained that kind of a heart, right? And even up until now, and now he's getting all kinds of blessings. His situation has improved. Okay, sorry guys, there's like I guess you can hear it. I don't know if it's a car or a motorcycle. So my friend's situation has improved by so much that he is now living in a nice house. It's gated. There's 24-hour security, and he's able to provide for other people now. You see how God blesses people like that? And no matter how hard his situation was his whole life, he never blamed God. He was never mad at God. He continued to praise God and thank God that his life is going to get better one day. And now his life is better, and now he can tell. Well, he's telling other people about his story. He will go to churches and tell his story from where he was and to know where he is now, right? So his heart was in the right place even when things were really, really bad. And because of that, God blessed him. My friend, he likes to go out and talk to little homeless kids about his story, to encourage them about life and how it can change, and not to give up, because there's somebody out there who will take them on to help them, just like somebody took him on to help him. That's what my friend does, and this is why, his life is the way that it is today. And he's got these huge, huge dreams. We should all have big dreams, guys. We should all have big dreams. He tells me that he wants to have like a home for children. And guess what? Now he has the money to buy a plot of land. Right? So the next thing will be to buy a house for the homeless children. So do you see how God works? Praise be unto his holy name. Praise God. Praise God. Right? So my friend's come a long way, and if you don't give up, you will find yourself in the same situation as my friend. Right? So yes, we just have to give all the glory and praise to God, because he's so good, guys. He is so good. He's good to us, guys. Even when we're not behaving very nice. When we're not behaving very nice to other people, he's still good to us. But he also does expect for us to change our attitude about the way we treat other people and about the way life comes at us sometimes. We can't be blaming God. We have to say, Lord, I know, life is hard, but I'm trusting that you will create changes for me. And my dreams, the dreams that I have in my heart, those things that I talk to you about all the time, they're going to come. I don't know when they're going to come, but because you are God, they're going to come. This is the kind of person that my friend is. And also the other one who got betrayed by his friend in the partnership with the pig business. He's like this. He's the same way. This is why God blessed him. Things are going well for my friends. So if you're finding yourself in an ugly situation, don't blame God. Just remove the arrogance and the pride from your heart, and start praising God for things that you're asking for. And you have to mean it, because he's not going to bless you if you're just speaking words that you don't mean just because you want to make them happen. Things only happen based on the condition of your heart, because God knows. God can see what's in our hearts. He can tell when we're being phony, and he can tell when we're being genuine, right? And we have to be genuine, So like I said, if you're finding yourself in a bad situation, you know what to do in order to start for things to get better. And it doesn't matter how long it takes, because a lot of us are impatient. I've been there. I've been very impatient. I've been impatient for a long time for a lot of things. But I've also learned patience for a lot of the things that I've been waiting for. Right? And like God tells me, Nancy, you are on the right track. You are right where I want you to be. Just continue on with what you're doing. That's one of the things that I've learned to become patient about, is my location. Like, I love being here. It's nice, but I want to go to the place where God told me He's going to be sending me next. And um, I had been really, really impatient about that up until last year. But then, sort of closer to the end of the year, no, actually it was, no, actually it was, yes, last year, I think around the middle of last year, I learned to be more patient about waiting for God to tell me when to leave. And then when things got much better for me, I'm referring to high levels of stress. When the stress level just suddenly disappeared in on the first day of the second week of November of 2019, then I became even more patient about waiting here. But I had developed some patience, though, even before that time, because I knew that if I left, I would really mess up what God was trying to do for me, and I don't want that. Because when we step outside of God's will, whatever He has for us, what we are waiting for, will delay. And we don't want that. No matter how painful it is, that a thing that we're going through, we need to wait. Otherwise, our pain is going to be prolonged. Right, guys? So, yes. Yeah, so I guess that's it. I don't have much else to say. And if you guys are going through anything, let me know. Post your comments in the comment section below and tell me how you're dealing with it. And remember, if somebody is treating you like garbage, cut them out of your life. But if you cannot cut them out of your lives right now, then you have to set boundaries, set limitations for, like, the way they can contact you. Like, block them out. Block them out of your Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever social medias you have. Block them out. If you can't change your phone number, block them out. If you can change your phone number, change your phone number, and then tell everyone who has your phone number not to give your phone number out to that person or to those persons. But you have to create boundaries to limit their contact with you. If you can't physically get away from them right now, just create boundaries, because toxic people create high levels of stress, and you don't want that. You don't want to fall into a depression. Maybe you are depressed, so do something about it. Depression is no excuse to not make changes in your life to jump out of depression, guys. That's no excuse. Okay, guys, okay, I'm gonna go now. I'm finished. My camera stops recording every 30 minutes. Thanks for coming. Don't forget to subscribe and click on the bell so that you will be notified for each time that I upload a video. So I guess I'm gonna premiere this because I was able to get at least almost half an hour. Okay, guys, lo quiero a todo el mundo. Thanks for coming. Ciao, ciao.